This is Sneaker Gears. My name is Levi, and today we're answering some questions I've been getting lately on some of my pages on Instagram as well as here on YouTube, and that is a follow-up to the midsole. They all work is the short answer. I wanted to break out a few here today that you guys can take a look at. The Lebron midsole, which a lot of you guys asked, does it work in other shoes? Now, the most prevalent shoe, obviously, when it came out, was your Kobe 8. It does work for your Kobe 9. It works for your Kobe 11. Now, this is the NXT. For everyone out there, this is the Kobe 11 with a little bit stronger heel counter and actually better lockdown. So if you like the 11, I don't know why people slept on the NXT. Probably because your 11 is still working for you. But when that insole starts to go, and when I talk about that, I'm talking about the foam. When it starts to lessen, that's when you start switching them out. Now, the cool thing is the new Kobe Rage, or this is the Instinct, and then they have the Mamba Mentality. These are all essentially the same shoe, and they're all essentially the successor to the Kobe 8. So all you guys who really like the Kobe 8 out there, I have no idea why everyone still sleeps in the Mamba line. These two are father and son, grandson, however you want to call it. I mean, it's essentially the same shoe. This uses a knit upper or a woven. It doesn't have the shank on the bottom. And one thing I can counter that with is ever since the Kobe 9, they actually didn't use that midfoot shank. They realized you really don't need it. As long as you have a flat surface and the thickness of the midsole is providing that rigidity, you're going to be good to go. Now, the cool thing about this shoe is if you still have a Kobe 8, a Kobe 9, a Kobe 11, and your cushioning is starting to go, but the rest of the shoe is fine, you can grab the midsole from the Kobe Mamba line, which is the Mamba Mentality, the Instinct, or now the Rage, and that will still work with it as straight lunar. Now, it doesn't have the flexibility grooves, although it's still pretty good, and it's actually a little bit thicker, but what happens is lunar does begin to give in a little bit. So that's where you have the case where your lunar, after a while, does start to feel completely dead. I found that in the Kobe 10, and I'm feeling that in the Kobe AD mid, the more you play on that same thing, it is going to start to give out on you, or it feels like there's no cushioning whatsoever. That being said, my favorite cushioning has been the Kobe 11. The flexibility, and I just feel the lunar so much more in the forefoot. The heel zoom has been fantastic. These are all interchangeable. Now, the cool thing about the Lebron 11, it does have that folding zoom. I've worn this enough where the lunar is not really there anymore. I don't feel any plushness. I'm going straight to the full-length zoom. So it's a very different feeling, but it's not bad. So the thing is, if you have full-length zoom, and you have one of these shoes, you can't really use it because you need a midsole. So if you're able to buy either a used Lebron 11, know that your folding zoom is pretty much going to be intact. It's fully protected, it's encased, but your lunar is probably going to give, but you're able to get that full-length zoom cushioning in any of these shoes, from the Kobe 8, Kobe 9, the Kobe 11, and even your Mamba Rage, where you can put your full-length zoom inside it and you'll be good to go. Guys, a lot of these are going to be completely interchangeable. People have worries. I have been fortunate enough where I'm essentially size 13 in pretty much all of them, so there has been no issues. I did get a size 12 in one of my Lebron 11s, and I've used those in some of my Kobe 9s because I did get a size 12 in those as well. So you kind of do want to match that too. You can definitely go a little bit smaller. If you look in the tip here, I don't know if you guys can see it. You see how there's some wrinkles right there? That was when I'm using the 13, size 13 insole in a 12. It bunches up on the tip just a little bit. Wasn't enough where I didn't have any issues, but obviously if you can, you want to use the same size for the coordinating size that you're switching it to. But all the midsoles, you're good to go. Use them, enjoy them, make that shoe last a little bit longer. I don't think you're going to have too much traction issues on these if you're using them just indoors, but you do start to wear out, whether it's, you know, your foot coming through here. You can tear it out if you're using them a lot. And again, like even the outsole, the 9s are actually really thin. They've done a lot since then, where the 11s have been a little bit stronger. And then your Kobe Rage is just a sleeper. I haven't done a full performance test on these because I really just started playing them in the last couple weeks. And honestly, they feel like a Kobe 8, guys, which is not the best in the market, but really, really good. And again, I like the NXT better, but this was also a $200 shoe. So I'm getting maybe a little bit better traction. I'm getting a better lockdown. But if you can get this on sale, one of the guys at the gym actually said he was able to get his for like 60 bucks. Get it. Get the NXT. People sleep on it. It's an awesome shoe. Now, I like the Kobe AD mid because it feels more like the Kobe 10. That lunar in the forefoot feels amazing. And actually, I think it is a little bit thicker than the drop-in midsoles. But again, because it's built into the shoe, once that goes, that's it. You can't use that shoe anymore. But it makes it like for NBA players, where you're getting a fresh pair every night. Who cares? If you guys are looking to buy a shoe to last the whole season, that's where I have some qualms with that. And again, I've only been using that so often just because it is amazing. But I'm testing other shoes out. But guys, for any of you guys, any questions out there regarding which midsole works, any of the Kobe's is going to work with the LeBron 11s, and any of the Kobe's is going to work with other Kobe's as long as you have the same size. So this is not necessarily a performance review. If you like Kobe's, these are very, very comparable. I feel from the 8 to the 9 to the 11, they really made a progression. The 8 really is the lightest over here, so I do like that. Fitment wise, I felt the 9 fit me the best, and I think the 11 was just kind of that conglomeration of looking at all of them and just kind of bringing the best together. So I really love the 11s as well. I have multiple pairs of all of them. I have multiple midsoles. I'm able to swap in and kind of keep them fresh, but it's something where you find a shoe that really fits you, that you really like. It doesn't hurt to buy a couple of those just so you know you can keep it going, because year to year they do make some big changes. The only one I would say to avoid, and if you didn't see my top 5 disappointing videos of 2017, is do not buy the Kobe AD. That was technically maybe the Kobe 12. That is the only shoe in probably Kobe's whole lineup from even Adidas on that is horrible in almost every way. Other than that, you guys are gravy. Hopefully this helps. Hopefully this answers a few questions. Guys, leave your comments below. Let me know if you have any specific question. I'm happy to help. This is Levi with Sneaker Years. Really appreciate everyone, and come at you soon.